dreaded broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcast rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Luke Ned Carney back with you here in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Georgia Power halftime report rolls on. Dogs trail Kentucky 54-35 at Rupp Arena with 20 minutes to play. A couple of top 10 upsets going down this afternoon. Number 9 Baylor goes down on the road to Texas 75-73 at Moody Center. Dylan Dessou with 19 points for the Longhorns in the upset. Also going down on the road, Kansas falls to West Virginia 91-85 in Morgantown, as the Mountaineers get Raekwon Battles 23 points and 9 rebounds to drop Kansas to 3-2 in the Big 12. In the NFL playoffs, Baltimore pulling away from Houston early fourth quarter. Ravens 24 in possession of the ball, and the Texans 10. Kicking at just after 8 o'clock from Santa Clara, it's the Green Bay Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. Today's halftime report is brought to you by Georgia Power. At Georgia Power, our mission is to provide Georgia with clean, safe, reliable, and affordable energy. We understand that energy bills play a vital role in your budget, and we're committed to providing the tools and assistance you need to make a difference. Learn more at georgiapower.com/myenergy. Kentucky 54, Georgia 35 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at Progressive.com. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but great teams let their performance do the talking, like the Ford F-150 truck with smart tech that'll help win the day and leave the competition speechless. That's why F-150 is the best-selling full-size pickup in Georgia and the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. See your local Ford dealer today. Greatness starts here. Based on S&P Global Mobility Total, U.S. new vehicle registrations for the standard full-size pickup segment RYTD April 2023. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
365 days a year, just call us up, we'll be right there. Our service is guaranteed. At Shoemate, we take great care. Our experts are always there for you and your family's needs. When your family just can't wait, you can always count on Shoemate.
Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, Adam Gillespie back inside Rupp Arena here in Lexington, Kentucky, and Luke Nat Carney in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Halftime, and Kentucky with a 54-35 lead. Let's check the numbers. Northside Hospital is our first half stat sponsor, reminding you the most common symptom of prostate cancer is no symptom at all, and prostate cancer will affect 1 in every 9 men in America. Find out about screenings, your risk factors, and innovative treatment at Northside.com. Kentucky leads the SEC in field goal percentage, and we believe it now. They shot 64.5% in the first half, 20 of 31. They were 7 of 12 on threes, 7 of 8 from the foul line. Georgia shot 38%, 11 of 29, 3 for 11 on threes, 10 of 14 at the free throw line. Cats +3 on the glass, out-rebounding Georgia 17-14. Dogs had 9 first-half turnovers, 8 for Kentucky. Cats had 12 assists on their 20 baskets. Georgia 7 assists on their 11. Points in the paint, 20-16 in favor of the Cats. Points off turnovers, 10-2 in favor of Kentucky. Bench points, 21-12, also in favor of Kentucky individually. Leading scorer for Georgia, Jabri Abdur-Rahim with 11. And for the Wildcats, Antonio Reeves with 14. And not to be forgotten, Zvonimir Ivisic off the bench in his first game as a Wildcat, the 7'2 freshman. 11 points. He went 4 for 4 in the first half, including 3 threes for the 7'2 Croatian. 54-35 is our score. Cats are in front. Second half on the way after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Lease a new 2024 Toyota RAV4 LE for $339 a month for 39 months. Offer valid through January 31st, 2024. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. 3638 due at signing. No security deposit with select equipment. $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
In Georgia, football is more than just a game. It's how we celebrate our traditions and community spirit. Strong values are important, and that's why when you partner with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, you get so much more than just a policy. You get a local agent and a company you can depend on. Visit gfbinsurance.com to find your local agent or get your quick quote. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. More than just a game. More than just a policy.
We are Farm Bureau.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
When you live in SEC country, you feel it everywhere you go. The traditions and rivalries surround you. As much as you celebrate the game, Regions celebrates your financial wins even more. And like SEC fans, we'll never quit. Because in an SEC world, we're the SEC Bank. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
All right, ready for the second half.
Well, Scott, right now we're down 19 points. That's certainly not something that you're not capable of coming back from. But obviously Kentucky's going to have to help at this point. What I really want to see, though, is how do we respond? How does Georgia's not had a half like that this year. And I want to see how they respond to it.
Cats will have the ball to start the second half. Georgia trailed by as much as 20 in the first half. That was our third 20-point deficit this season. Oregon led us by 20 in the opener back in Las Vegas as Kentucky turns it over and Chiwa intercepts the pass. And then Miami in the Bahamas led Georgia by 20 in that game. And this is the third time this season we've trailed by that margin. Dogs with the overhead pass into the post, and it's intercepted by big 7'1" Aaron Bradshaw trying to go into Chiwa, and they stole it away right back. Wagner through the lane diagonally. Little running jump hook with the left hand, rolls short off the rim, rebounded by Sunahara for the Dogs. Georgia pushes it up the floor. You heard the whistle, and there's a foul on the Cats on a blocking foul. Georgia will inbound the basketball. Foul was on Wagner. Demery throws it into Chiwa. Back to Silas. He'll take a three from the right corner. Line drives it. Hits the side of the iron. Rebound goes to Kentucky. He had Chiwa blocking for him, but didn't get a good shot off. Edwards puts it on the floor for the Cats. Dribbles to the foul line. Jump shot won't go. Rebound Kentucky. And Trey Mitchell puts it back up and in after he got the offensive board.
Yeah, way too easy, too. All by himself, just took the rebound, put it back up with the left hand.
The 6'9 transfer from West Virginia now has 6 in the game. We go into Big Russ inside, working against Bradshaw. And another foul on the home team.
That's his
First foul on Aaron Bradshaw, number 2 in the half on Kentucky. 56-35. Kentucky by 21 points. That's the largest deficit for Georgia this season. And we inbound it to Sunahara. Wide open two-handed dunk for RJ.
Dogs ran a nice inbound play. Good screen there from Big Russell, and Sunahara just broke right down the paint.
Not a defender anywhere in the blue paint area for Kentucky. Cats with the ball. Wagner dribbles, reverses to Edwards. They go into the corner. Mitchell along the baseline. He's double-teamed there. Fires it back up the wing to Wagner. He'll dribble to the foul line and bank it home straight in. Dogs attack quickly. Demry feeds Sunahara through the paint. Nothing there. Kick out to Thomason. Noah for 3 on the step back. Won't go. Offensive rebound. Jabri Abdur-Rahim, and he attacks the basket and banks it in at close range.
Traffic. He grabbed that rebound in traffic, then went back up with the putback through traffic.
There were 4 or 5 bodies in the vicinity, and not all of them wearing black shirts. Now Mitchell from the right slot hits a three-pointer for Kentucky. That's his first of the game. Georgia, this is a track meet now. Demry all the way to the backboard, and the lay-in is good. Don't look down, you'll miss something. 61-41 is the score. 20-point lead for Kentucky, just exchanging baskets. There's a 3 by the Cats. Wow. Justin Edwards, the 6'8 freshman, in front of the Cats bench. That's where he hit that one from. His second three-pointer of the game. Demry dribbles into the paint and stumbles for Georgia, but able to get the ball to Noah Thomason, who will skip it into Chiwa. Nice move around Bradshaw by the big 7-footer Chiwa, and scores from the left side of the iron.
And Russell showed a little quickness there. That little spin move.
64-43. Dogs trail Kentucky, and now the Cats, we're just not defending at all down on that end of the floor. Kentucky just too good offensively. 66-43. Thomason under the basket. Jump pass out on the wing to Jabri. The pass was low. The 3 is no good off the rim. Offensive rebound. Thomason. Give it back to Jabri. He double pumps on the 3 ball. He shoots and misses, but they fouled him on the 3. Pass came in a little bit low from Noah Thomason. That throws him off stride. He missed the shot, but he'll go to the line for 3 free throws on the 3rd foul of the game by Justin Edwards. And the crowd looking at the replay on the video boards here. Naturally,
they have a lot of certified officials that come to these Kentucky games.
Free throw by Abdur-Rahim is good. Jabri with 14. He's the only Bulldog in double figures. In fact, our next highest score is Demry and Melendez, each with 6. Second foul shot for Abdur-Rahim is good. And he's got 15 in the game, and the big 7'2 freshman comes back in for Kentucky, Ivasic. Zvonimir Ivasic. And they honored the 1984 Final Four Kentucky team at the half, and Sam Bowie wanted to pass the torch. Instead of being called Big Bowie or Big Sam, he said, I want to be called Big Z. Jabri made all 3 foul shots for the Dogs, by the way.
He put on a show in the first half.
20-point lead for the Cats, 66-46. 16-10 on the clock here in the second half. Dillingham to Mitchell. Top of the key. He's guarded by Sunahara in Georgia's defensive setup. Now Wagner has it. Dribbles wildly at the top of the key. Passes to the wing. Right back to Wagner. He attacks inside. Stretching towards the backboard. He lays it up off the glass. Good. He just got a step or a half step on Sunahara. Demry does the same thing on the other end, all the way to the rack, and a foul under the basket. Count the shot for Silas Demry. Took it in forcefully to the backboard, and he'll be at the line after the timeout.
Yeah, we just need to get some stops defensively.
Yeah, that's it. Offensively, it's not too bad here in the second half. Cats are 6 of 8. We're 5 of 8 in the second half, but there's not a whole lot of defense, and the lead is still 20 for Kentucky, 68-48. Timeout here at Rupp Arena. Back in a moment on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Creature Comforts Brewing Company is the official craft beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. These two Athens institutions have joined to connect quality beer with the passion and pageantry of the UGA faithful. So whether it's Georgia's favorite craft beer, Tropicalia IPA, the award-winning Classic City Lager, or Georgia's #1 new brand, Bigger Dreams Hazy IPA, Creature Comforts has you covered on game day and every day. 2 brands, 1 town, 1 team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. Creature Comforts Brewing Company, Athens, Georgia. Available wherever cold beer is served. Champions drink responsibly.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
There's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but great teams let their performance do the talking, like the Ford F-150 truck with smart tech that'll help win the day and leave the competition speechless. That's why F-150 is the best-selling full-size pickup in Georgia and the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. See your local Ford dealer today. Greatness starts here. Based on S&P Global Mobility Total, U.S. new vehicle registrations for the standard full-size pickup segment RYTD April 2023. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics, and for every 3-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. Scana Energy says, go Dogs. And we say, go Dogs. We need more threes tonight. Georgia just 3 of 14 on 3-point shots this evening. Kentucky is shooting 67% for the game, the highest shooting percentage allowed by a Bulldogs in a game this season was in the win over Mount St. Mary's. The Mount shot 56% in that game, and Georgia won it by 12 points. Kentucky is shooting 67%. That's off the charts. They lead the Dogs by 20 here in the second half. Demery at the line for an and one. 3-point play for the freshman from Raleigh. Silas with 8 points, looking for his 9th of the game. Free throw is all net. Good. Dogs 4 for 4 from the line here in the second half. Jabri 3 for 3, and Silas hits his first.
And for what it's worth, listen, we've played even with the Wildcats here to start this second half.
But they don't mind that.
No, I know.
You lead by 19. Lead. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll just swap with you all night long. 3-point shot from the left wing is no good by Dillingham, and the rebound goes to Chiwa on the left baseline, and Dillingham comes in and commits a silly foul.
All right, so
wasted foul by the freshman right there.
And we get a stop here. We haven't had many stops here.
No.
In the second half, but we get a stop here. So let's see if we can take advantage.
Demery explodes down the lane to the rack. They rip the ball out of his hands, out of bounds, and the big guy, Zvonimir Ivicic, the 7'2 freshman, is shaken up on the play. He's gone down, bending his knees on the balls of his feet, crouching down on the floor. He may have.
How is he on the floor?
He's crouching. Who went on the bourbon tours today?
I think you were partially.
Not me.
I think you were partially right.
I think I hit the hand. I don't think it was the other thing. Inbounds to Melendez. Right down the lane. They got the big guy out of the way, and Melendez dunks it home. 2 terrific inbounds plays drawn up by Mike White. 68-51. Yeah, one by Sunahara and that one by, the RJs. Both RJs. And now Mitchell hits jump shot from the left elbow for Kentucky to answer quickly. 70-51. Cats by 19. Dogs with the ball. Thomason dribbles, lost it on that low dribble between his legs, but turns around and picks it up. continues the possession. Chiwa's got it now. Throws a pass into the corner to Dimry, but it's picked off by Shepard. Up ahead to Reeves. Cats are on the floor. Lay in good. Antonio Reeves, first second half points. He's got 16 in the game to lead everybody for the Wildcats. Noah Thomason call an offensive foul on the Dogs. Noah with a 360 pivot in the paint. They scored on the basket, but they called Russell Chiwa for an offensive foul and wave off the basket. Mike White talking with Steven Anderson, who blew the whistle. And they want to look at the video to see if there's any flagrancy, I believe, is what they're going to look at. Our officials tonight, Steven Anderson, Ewan Short, and Rob Rourke. And two of those three will put on the headsets and look at the video monitor while play is halted with 14:25 to go.
And, just as we start to look like we got a little life and we start to kind of claw back into it, they come right down the floor, hit a nice little jump shot. Good defense on the other end. I got to tell you, if this isn't the best game Kentucky's played this year, it's got to be 1A. And let me just say this, they've got an awful lot of talent. And if this is what the conference is in for the rest of the season, it's going to be a long year for the rest of the conference.
They lost. Their only home loss was to UNC Wilmington.
Of all people.
Here in Rupp.
And UNC
that was a long time ago, early in the season, and this Kentucky team does not appear to be what that Kentucky team was at the time.
And what was interesting about that game was the head coach of UNC Wilmington, as a player, had come into Rupp Arena and beaten Kentucky. And then he brought that team in here, and they beat the Wildcats. It's a rare feat, and a lot of it has to do with this crowd.
Yeah, if you can win in here, it's something to be remembered. Georgia's lost 11 straight here at Rupp Arena. The last win was 2009, and they're on the short end of a lopsided game right now. Here's Reed Shepard for three, and that makes it a little more lopsided. That three is good, left of the circle.
Has he missed one tonight? I don't think he's missed a three.
You are correct. He is 3 for 3. Georgia attacks with Noah Thomason. Sweeping left-handed lay-in. Bounces twice on the left side of the rim. Falls off short. No good. Rebound to the Cats.
Look. Silas. Silas Demery. Pushing and shoving with the big guy, the 7'2" guy.
No whistle. Everybody saw it but the officials, apparently. Reeves with a deep three. NBA range three. And that's good. And Mike White wants another timeout. Well, the Cats are just pouring it on right now.
It's a 27-point lead.
78-51 with 13:35 to go in the game. Now the officials, two of the officials, again talking to Georgia's assistant coaches at half court and maybe about the Silas skirmish with the big guy, Ivasic. I didn't see it. I was looking at the ball way out here, but
it was pretty physical. They were shoving each other.
All right, we got a timeout. The coaches called timeout with 13:35 to go. It's all Cats tonight, 78-51 over the Dogs on Bulldog Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter where you're headed, Citgo is a good place to start. Whether you're off to a music fest in the city or dance recital in the suburbs, Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline helps your engine run smoother and cleaner along the way. Tri-Clean is designed to keep fuel injectors, intake valves, and cylinders clean, preventing hesitation, rough idling, and poor drivability. Plenty of good reasons why when you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Good to go.
There's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but great teams let their performance do the talking, like the Ford F-150 truck with smart tech that'll help win the day and leave the competition speechless. That's why F-150 is the best-selling full-size pickup in Georgia and the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. See your local Ford dealer today. Greatness starts here. Based on S&P Global Mobility Total, U.S. new vehicle registrations for the standard full-size pickup segment RYTD April 2023. Some models, trims, and features may not be available or may be subject to change.
No one gets you closer to the game than SiriusXM SEC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. Your team is covered anywhere you go. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.us/SEC Radio 2024. Kentucky with a 27-point lead, largest deficit of the season by Georgia, and the officials during the timeout looking at the video monitor on that. I'm assuming that skirmish that you were talking about, Silas Demery and the big 7'2 freshman Ivisic got tangled up. I didn't see it, so you'll have to tell us what happened.
Flagrant one, they're saying. I believe
on Demery.
Did he say flagrant one?
So was it on Kentucky 40, or is it on Demery?
He said 44.
Personal foul on Ivisic is upgraded to a flagrant one.
Yeah, flagrant one on Ivisic.
So the foul goes on the big freshman.
And they're now they're showing it at they're showing the end of it. And the end of it is just Silas retaliating.
What was the beginning of it? Did he give him an elbow?
That part I didn't see. I just saw there was an exchange right at midcourt and then an exchange at the free throw line.
Well, Demery's at the line by himself now on the left end of the floor to shoot the flagrant free throws. And number one hits the front end of the rim. No good. That's his first miss all night. He had made all 5 of his previous foul shots. Now the 22,000 plus raining down some noise on Silas Demery. It's lonely up at the line when you're all by yourself, but he rolls that second one in.
I've said many times that's a tough way to shoot. That really is.
78-52. Kentucky by 26. 13:34 to go. Clock ticking. Georgia has the basketball. Hill brings it up right to left. Justin on the baseline. Up the wing to Jabri, and he rips a Scana Energy 3 right in front of our bench. Jabri with his 4th three-pointer of the night, and he's got 19 in the game to lead all Georgia scorers. 78-55. Kentucky basketball. Shepard rotates to the right side to Reeves. Over on the left wing, 3-point jumper by Justin Edwards is short, hits the side of the rim, rebounded by the Dogs. Georgia in black, drives into the front court. Hill, sweeping layup attempt on a diagonal slash through the lane. He's fouled as his shot hits high off the backboard. He got pushed on the shot. He's going to the line for 2 free throws. And the foul is on Reeves for Kentucky. That's his first of the night. Cats already with 17 fouls in the half. Georgia in the bonus with 12:55 to go in the game. Georgia's been whistled for 1 foul in this half. Free throw, Hill, no good, front of the rim.
Well, we're leaving points all over the place.
Justin on the season, 61% from the line, 79% from the stripe last year as a Bulldog. Second free throw in the air, that one's no good. Rebound, big Frank Anselm, and they whistle a foul on the rebound. They say Frank pushed.
I wondered how he got so open. He got really open to get that rebound. I didn't see the push, but he must have.
Hill made his first 2 foul shots in the first half, missed his next 2. And Anselm in the game after a big performance in the second half in the win over South Carolina on Tuesday. He played 14 minutes, had 5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. Cats with a slash to the backboard by Trey Mitchell. They get him the ball on the run, and he lays it up and in good. Georgia on the offensive end. Hill with a pump fake shot may have been blocked from behind. Never got to the rim. It was actually knocked askew. And Kentucky takes it away. They drive with Reeves. His shot is blocked, but they get the offensive rebound, and the big guy spins towards the basket, tries to dunk it, misses the dunk. Georgia has the ball. Here's Jabri on the other end. There's a three. That's good. They foul him on the shot as he falls to the floor. And that Scana Energy 3 is going to be possibly a Scana Energy 4. Jabri's going to go to the line for an and one after he made the three.
Boy, and listen to them boo their player.
Did they just give Calipari a technical on that end?
I hope so.
Play is stopped with 12:12 to go. Now the freshman was, for Kentucky, the big 7-footer was hanging on the basket on the other end while Georgia was off on the other end running a play. Yeah, they did call a technical. They called a technical foul on the Kentucky bench. So Jabri's at the line to shoot free throws. That one is good.
Oh, he's got 3 coming in, right?
Well, he made the three-pointer. And then he gets the personal foul shot.
And now we get the ball. There we go.
So those were for the technical foul. And now he's got an and one opportunity. To get a 4-point play. And this would be a 6-point play for Jabri Abdur-Rahim. He made the three, he got fouled, and then a technical foul on the Kentucky bench, and he made everything. Abdur-Rahim with a career-high 25 points here at Rupp Arena tonight for Georgia. But the Dogs are still down by a bunch. It's 80-61. Just can't seem to catch up. Blue Cane almost gets a steal. Cats have the ball. Throw it into the corner. Quick feed inside to Mitchell. Pump fake. And now he scores, and Anselm fouled him. Frank was trying to hold his position.
Yep.
Stay vertical. But the whistle blew against him as he got contact with Mitchell. Mitchell's basket was good, and he's got an and one coming up after the timeout. Calipari still arguing with the referees as we go into the break. 11:54 to go in the game. Kentucky by a bunch. Cats 82, Georgia 61 on the Bulldog Sports Network.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace!
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
he can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Okay, confession time. I just shopped Kohl's clearance and I might have gone a little overboard. But who can blame me with all the major markdowns going on? I saved 70% on so many great finds, like cozy fleece sweats, comfy PJs, a cute sweater, stylish jeans, and I could keep going. Trust me, you do not want to miss out on Kohl's clearance major markdowns. And if you see me there again, no you didn't. Select styles, up to 70% clearance offer ends January 21st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohls.com for details.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Along with Chuck Dowdle, Scott Howard back courtside at Rupp Arena here in Lexington, Kentucky. Adam Gillespie is our producer and engineer here in town, and Luke Nat Carney is our network studio host and producer in the Piedmont Healthcare Studios. Kentucky's had the upper hand in this one for quite some time. They lead it by 21, despite the fact that just a few minutes ago, Georgia had a 6-point possession. But the lead is 21 for the Cats, and they're going to the line with Trey Mitchell for an and one opportunity. Their big lead of the night has been 27, and that's Georgia's largest deficit of the season as well. Free throw bounces on the front of the rim and rolls in good for Mitchell. 6'9", 231, graduate transfer from West Virginia. Dogs with the ball, down 83-61. Melendez out of the right corner. Drives to the paint. Feeds it to Hill along the baseline. Quick feed to Kane. Straight on to Jabri. Long, deep three is no good.
And they got Anselm again.
Another foul on Big Frank. Yep.
He went over the back. That was a good call.
Anselm Ebe hasn't been in the game long, but he's picked up 3 fouls already. Ivasic checks out. He's a new crowd favorite here at Rupp Arena. 7'2", 234 from Croatia in his first game for Kentucky this season. Cats with the ball, and they lead by a bunch. 11:22 still to play. Shepard throws it into the paint. Mitchell had sealed off his man, and he scores on the lay-in, and he got fouled as well. Oh, that was too easy.
That was
14 points now for Mitchell.
He's
a free throw to
spun
come
off the defender, showed himself to the ball handler who hit him with a perfect pass. There was the foul and the continuation, the lay-in.
They called the foul on Justin Hill. Checks out of the ball game. Mitchell hits the free throw. 15 for Mitchell. They have 4 guys in double figures. Actually, Mitchell has 19. I lost count there somewhere in the melee. He has 19. Reeves has 19. And they lead Kentucky in scoring tonight. Dogs are down 86-61 with the ball. Demery's going to put it on the floor and drive left edge of the lane. Kentucky backs away defensively, and Silas scores on a lay-in.
But there, Shepard has a hard time guarding Silas. Shepard's a darn good offensive. Whoa.
Mitchell spins. Little contact with Jabri. Kick out for a 3 to DJ Wagner is good. The contact wasn't called in the paint. Wagner hits his first 3 of the game. He's got 15 now. Georgia moves it up the floor quickly. They feed Anselm Ebe under the basket. There's a foul on the Cats. They got a piece of the side of the head on Big Frank there, a hand to the head. And the whistle blows, and that'll put Anselm Ebe on the free throw line for the Dogs. And stop the clock at 10:36 to go. It's a 26-point Kentucky lead, 89-63. Foul was on Wagner, by the way, his third. Anselm Ebe's free throw is up and in, all net, and the first point of the night for Big Frank. Second free throw by the big right-hander. Transfer from Syracuse. Missed it, left it short on the front of the rim. Melendez almost got the rebound. He ran around his man from the foul lane and just did miss it by a fraction of a second as Kentucky able to get their hands on the basketball. Cats have the possession and up by 25 points. Wagner drives like a running back through the paint, low and steady and hard, and draws contact on the left side of the rim. Foul on Georgia. And that'll put Kentucky on the free throw line here. Abdur Rahim called for the foul. That's his first, and he's had a heck of a night offensively, and Wagner's going to miss that first free throw of the evening. Jabri with a career-high 25 tonight for the Dogs.
Oh, missed them both.
Offensively, he hasn't had a whole lot of help. Yeah, Wagner's second one in and out, rebounded by the Dogs.
That'll be the lead story in tomorrow's Lexington Herald.
Not the big 7'2" freshman?
No, they missed 2 free throws. That was
referees stink. That won't be the headline.
That's always the
Cats
headline
win by 25. Refs stink. Melendez with 3 off a curl from the left wing. Missed it high into the right off the backboard. Cats have the basketball and a 25-point lead and still a lot of time to go. 9:44. Leaner from the left side won't go off the backboard and the rim, and they got a foul on the Dogs. That's on Anselm Ebe again.
That is 4th?
That's 4 for Frank.
Wow.
He's getting a foul by the minute. Russell Chewa back at the scorer's table, ready to check in Antonio Reeves, a 6'6 senior, at the line for 2 free throws for Kentucky. And number 1 is up and in, and he's got 20 points in the ball game. Ansel Amibe out of the game after 4 somewhat quick fouls here in the second half. He did not play in the first half. Reeves' second free throw is good, and Kentucky's scoring leader this season, averaging 19.4, now has 21 tonight. Cats closing in on 100, 91-64 they lead. Dimry walks it into the front court for the Dogs. Double screen out front from Melendez and Chiwa. Reverses to Melendez. RJ picks up his dribble inside the arc, right side of the floor to Noah Thomason. One-handed pass to Dimry. He drives with the left hand.
Nice
fade
shot.
away 2
Yeah.
on the left baseline. Good by Silas.
Yeah, Silas got his defender back on his heels and stepped back, created the space, knocked down the jumper.
14 in the game for Silas Dimry. He had 15 on Tuesday. Steal by Georgia. Melendez going to dunk it on the other end on the drive. He had Blue Cane off his right shoulder if he needed him. But RJ took it to the rack and went up high and flushed it. Double figures for RJ Melendez now. He's got 10. It's 91-68 Kentucky. We double team. Wagner out near half court. Jump pass gets him out of trouble. Cats with 10 on the shot clock. Wagner's got the ball back. He dribbles on the logo. Going to try to get a head start here. Reverses to Reeves. Reeves down the lane, spinning, and his ball will spin off the rim as well. No good. Tried to lay it up with a little bit of a spin, and the ball just went all the way around the iron and kicked off. Dogs have the possession. Chiwa's got the ball. He feeds Silas Dimry, filling the lane. His driving layup won't go. Hangs on the front of the rim and falls off tenuously as Kentucky gets the rebound. They work it offensively to Mitchell inside. He pops it home from the right low block. Trey Mitchell now with 17. Another assist on that basket by the Wildcats, 93-68. Dogs feed Kane in the left corner. Blues 3-ball, rattles out, no good. Rebound by Ugana Onyenso for Kentucky. Shepard's on the other end. His 3-ball is good from the right wing. Shepard has converted on all 4 of his 3-point shots. He's 4 for 4 with a dozen points. And a timeout is called by Georgia with 7:43 to go. And Kentucky 96, Georgia 68. This will be the under 8 timeout as well. 7:43 to go in the game. All Wildcats here in Lexington on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
With the Kroger app, shopping online with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in store. Same low prices, same personalized deals, same rewards on the same high-quality items like Honeycrisp apples and pasta sauce with no hidden fees or markups. It's one small click for groceries, one big win for busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Some people like A and others like B. At BMW, we prefer X. Like the dynamic X3, meant for ultimate exploration. The X5, built to conquer even the most difficult paths. Or the pinnacle of comfort and luxury, the X7. And since every X-Range vehicle is packed with performance and versatility, you'll always get the best of X. The BMW X-Range. Your next X-Venture starts here. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
No matter your favorite game day traditions, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
7:43 remaining here in downtown Lexington, Kentucky, where Rupp Arena is ruling the roost tonight, 96-68. They lead on their home floor over Georgia. The Bulldogs sustaining their largest deficit all season long at 28 points, which is what the lead is right now for Kentucky. Cats have won 11 in a row on their way to their 12th consecutive win over Georgia here in this building. And, I mean, this has just been a house of horrors for the Dogs in the history of their program, and it certainly is tonight. Georgia just does not have an answer to Kentucky's offense.
Well, what Georgia can't afford to do is let this loss, and that's what this is going to be tonight, is let this loss affect them going forward. They're going to have to flush this and get ready for LSU on Wednesday night and get back on a winning track. This is a good Georgia basketball team. They've still got some things, obviously, to work on, but they are a very good team. They need to stay connected, stay focused, and get back at it as soon as they possibly can, because this is just not an indication of the kind of basketball we've seen them play this year. And a lot of that's due in part, to Kentucky and this crowd and this floor. This is a hard place to play.
It's been a tough night for our guards tonight. Noah Thomason 1 for 9. Justin Hill 0 for 4. Demery is the one guard that has had success offensively tonight. And then, of course, Jabri Abdur-Rahim is a bigger guard in a different situation. He's not handling the ball a lot. Ball gets loose on the floor, and there's a tie-up. Georgia with the arrow. Noah Thomason on the floor, and two Kentucky players. Reeves and I think Bradshaw may have reached in and tied it up. And who called that? Kentucky call a time?
Well, somebody did because they took a full.
Okay. 7:27 to go. Still 11 seconds on the shot clock for Georgia. The Dogs will have the possession. They say this is a media timeout. We just took our under 8. We weren't owed one from the 12, were we? As rapidly as we've been playing offensively. Well, you never know when you just burst right through the timeouts.
Well, I have to tell you, it's been that way because it's been a track meet.
Do we want to take the break or no? You won't? Okay, we'll take the break with them. 7:27 to go. 96-68. I apologize for the confusion. We'll come back after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Proud partner of Georgia basketball. Learn more at corepower.com.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up for Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
Want more exclusives and behind-the-scenes Bulldogs content, more game highlights, mic'd ups, and original programming? Search for the Georgia Bulldogs All Access channel on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Georgia Bulldogs All Access, your official inside connection to Georgia football and all Georgia Bulldogs sports.
Bulldog fans, college basketball is back, so grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game with your real ones. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Bulldogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis lager and raise one with a real one on game day. Dos Equis, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Well, the Dogs running out of bounds play from Hill to Demery, and he just ran right down the lane. Justin fed it to him, and an easy Silas Demery layup for his 16th points of the game. 96-70 now.
That's one thing we've done really well tonight.
Cats
run
jumper.
those out of bounds.
Yeah, we've had a lot of success. Yeah, the two RJs had success on an out-of-bounds play, and now that one to Demery. And Kentucky's Dillingham misses a long jump shot. The Dogs rebound his miss. Here's Demery again, sliding under the basket. Pump fake, kick out to Jabri for three. Right corner's good. Abdur-Rahim headed towards a 30-point night. He's got 28 in the game. That's his 6th three-pointer. That is a career best for the senior from South Orange, New Jersey. 96-73, Dogs trail. Dillingham falling down, able to distribute the basketball to Onyenso, the 7-footer, while he was falling down. And Onyenso gets an easy lay-in right in front of the bucket. Another three, Jabri quickly on their other end. 31 points for Abdur Rahim. My goodness. 7 for 12 shooting tonight on three balls. Holy smokes, what a night for Jabri. 98-76, however, is the team score.
And I know you know what kind of kid he is. He'd give up every one of those points if the Dogs could be ahead in this game.
Less than 6 minutes to play. Cats throw it away. Thomason picks it off in the far corner. Up ahead to Hill. Back to Noah to the rack. Lay in good and a foul. Aaron Bradshaw fouls Noah Thomason. The basket is good for Noah and send him to the free throw line. A little burst by the Dogs offensively now.
Well, it's an opportunity for the Dogs to have their third consecutive three-point trip down the floor.
Thomason with 6. He's had a rough night shooting the basketball. Just 2 for 10 for Noah. Hasn't made a 3 tonight, 0 for 4, but he's 2 for 2 at the line. He's got a free throw coming up as soon as all the substitutions take place for the Cats. Left-handed shooter, and Thomason drains it good.
We're back to 19 down, which is where we were at the half.
98-79 with 5:51 to go. Wagner dribbles it, guarded by Hill, high on the right wing. They work in front court to our right from our vantage point. Shepard fakes the 3, drives inside the arc, jump pass into the corner to Mitchell. He tries to back Noah Thomason down, gives him an elbow under the left arm. They don't call that. He turns and shoots and misses the jumper off the rim. Dogs have the ball. Big Chiwa trying to back his man down into a double team in the paint. Pump fake, puts it up off the window and no good. And the rebound to Kentucky. He had Ivasic, the 7'2" freshman, on him and one other player. Cats with the basketball. They lead 98-79. 3 from the right corner. Barely nicks the iron that time for the big guy. And there's a foul on the rebound. A push on Jabri Abdur-Rahim. No, they called the foul on. Did they call the foul on Kentucky? Excuse me.
Yeah,
foul.
I think that's going to be a 1-and-1, or is that? Are we in double bonus?
The foul was on their 1, not ours. It was on Edwards, their number 1. That's his 4th. And Jabri's going to be shooting free throws. 31 points for Abdur-Rahim. Career night for the Georgia senior.
Yeah, it's double bonus for the Dogs.
Free throw number 1 is good. 32 points for Jabri tonight. 9 of 11 from the foul line, 7 of 12 on threes. Made both foul shots. 33 for Abdur-Rahim. Dimry has 16, Melendez 10. Those are the top 3 scores tonight. The big guy, that's got to be a technical. Yeah. Tee him up for that. Doing chin-ups on the rim down there after he dunked it. But, Coach, in Croatia.
He went immediately over to John Calipari. Thought he better go ahead and get that over with.
Yeah, that's right. So the big guy dunks it and then gets teed up. Did they shoot the foul shot? I missed it.
Yes.
Did he make it?
Jabri made the free throw.
Okay. I was watching the Kentucky bench, and they shot that technical free throw quickly. It was only 1. 1 foul shot for hanging on the rim down there. And now another foul on Kentucky on Edwards. He just fouled out of the game.
He knew it, too. As soon as the whistle blew, he started walking to the bench.
Guess he was done for the night. Justin Edwards fouls out of the game with 4:39 to go and 6 points. And Silas Dimry at the line for the Dogs. It's 100-82. Kentucky leads by 18 points. Dimry spins the ball at the line. The 6'5" freshman puts it up and in. 17 for Demery. He had 15 in the win on Tuesday in Columbia. So offensively, some pretty decent output for the freshman Silas Demery. Second free throw is more of a line drive, but the same result. It's good. He's got 18. Abdul-Rahim with 34. Demery with 18 for the Dogs, but we're down by 16 with 4.5 to play in the game here at Rupp Arena. Wagner uses a screen, moves to his right, top of the key, Reeves. Thomason knocks the ball loose. We go diving on the floor. Wagner first to it. Zips a pass with extra mustard to Mitchell in the corner and right through his hands and out of bounds.
And just a little too much mustard.
He's got burn marks on his hands where that ball came just flying through from Wagner. Dogs with the ball. Hill spins into the paint on the left end of the floor. Here's Abdul-Rahim in traffic. His three is blocked by the 7-footer out on the perimeter. Kentucky, long pass down the floor to Ivisic. Touch pass to Reeves across the lane, and they lose it out of bounds.
A no-look touch pass. He should have looked. The guy he was trying to pass to was not where he no-touched it to or no-looked it to.
And the senior Reeves is talking to the freshman Ivisic after that play. Not in a harmful way. Here's Hill driving and getting behind the defense and scooping it up and in from the left side. Georgia pushing back a little bit.
It's a 14-point game.
100-86. Not done yet. Although the clock and the crowd and everything else is against the Dogs, certainly with 3:34 to go. Wagner for three. That's not going to help things.
They have just hit threes at an absolutely insane rate tonight.
He's got 18. That's the second of the game for DJ Wagner. That's their 14th of the contest. The Dogs again let Hill get in deep, and the Cats defense, no answer for Justin Hill, all the way to the backboard and just a layup right under the rim. 3:05 to go. It's 103-88. Shepard for three. Hit the side of the backboard. Wow, we got a little.
We touched that ball.
Was that from Demery?
Silas
got a piece of it. And the Dogs rebound it. Thomason's got it. Top of the key dribble. Now inside the arc. Down on the left block. He pivots. Sends a pass to Demery. One-handed grab on the right side. He wanted to drive, but has to back it out. Shepard defended him. 9 on the clock. Demery with the ball. Trying to work against Shepard. Step back. Too good. Right of the lane. Silas Demery now with 20 points. Crowd didn't like it. They thought he got an arm into Shepard. And Kentucky going to call a timeout as Shepard dribbles it across the half-court line. John Calipari's going to yell at the officials some more. We'll keep it right here with 2:24 to go.
And you know what? Credit to Dogs. I mean, listen, they didn't go away.
Well, no, we were down by 28. It's a 13-point game now. So, no, we didn't.
We have hung right in there and just kept fighting.
103-90. Kentucky in front by 13. Still time on the clock. 2:24 to go. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
It's time for a Regions recap. You can order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. 54 points in the first half for Kentucky. It was a 19-point lead. They led it 54-35. Georgia has scored 55 here in the second half, Chuck, outscoring the Cats by 6. We trail by 13, but Georgia with 90 on the board here in the ball game for the third time this season. We had a season-high 94 points against Mount St. Mary's. Followed that up a couple of games later with 93 in the win over Alabama A&M, but 90 in an SEC game against Kentucky tonight is nothing to sneeze at, but the Cats have 103 on their side, and they lead it by 13 points.
And that's been the disappointing thing is, Georgia's done such a good job defensively this year. And today, look, we just didn't get the job done defensively. And give credit to Kentucky. When have we seen somebody shoot like they've shot? I mean, they have shot just an incredibly off the charts percentage tonight, particularly for behind the line. And it was the big 7'2" guy that came in and kind of changed the tone of the game. I mean, the game was sort of, where the Dogs were hanging right in there, 5, 6, 7 points down, and suddenly that kid comes off the bench, knocks down a couple of threes, blocks a shot, grabs a rebound, and they were off to the races.
And they share the ball with such efficiency. 27 assists tonight for Kentucky on their 39 baskets. And DJ Wagner has a double-double in points and assists. Wagner, whose father played for Calipari at Memphis, has 18 points and 10 assists tonight for Kentucky. One of their many McDonald's All-American freshmen on the roster. Cats with the ball, 13-point lead, 2:23, clock moving. Mitchell cross court to Dillingham. They spread it out a little bit. Dillingham, right-hand dribble, under the basket, curls around on the left wing now. 9 to shoot, going deep into the clock here. Dillingham still dribbling, feeds Shepard. Chest pass to the right to Reeves. Reeves doubled, 1 second to shoot. And at the end of the horn, 3 ball comes in from the left corner, misses off the rim. Rebound, head of the key for Georgia. Noah Thomason trying to go coast to coast, no shot at the rim, kicks it out to Hill. Hill cross court to Demery. Lob it into Big Russ. Chiwa works against Bradshaw. Nothing there. Go back to Jabri for a 3 right corner at the far side of the rim, and Reeves rebounds it for the Wildcats. Abdur-Rahim with 34 points, a career high for the senior. Couldn't connect on his 8th three-pointer of the night, however, and Abdur-Rahim, as soon as Mitchell gets the basketball, rushes in for a quick foul near half court. Stops the clock with 90 seconds to go. That'll put Mitchell on the free throw line. Trey Mitchell, 6'9", transfer from West Virginia, 73% for the Stripe this season. And he's got 21 points in the game tonight. He's hit 4 of his 5 foul shots. 103-90, Kentucky. They led by as much as 28. Mitchell's free throw is good. Second free throw, also good. 23 points in the game now for Mitchell. And it's 105-90. Cats surpassing their 91-point best in the country with 105 tonight. Off balance, too, falling away towards the foul line by Justin Hill is all net good.
And the crowd
Georgia calls a time, and that's why the crowd is booing.
They're booing Mike White for calling a time.
For doing his job?
With a minute 19 to play. They seem fine with that 1.2 seconds. Timeout.
Right, yeah, that Kentucky call at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
Well, there's big blue eyeglasses all throughout Rupp Arena. 1:19 to play, 105-92. Cats, their shooting percentage has been steady all night long. It's been mostly above 60% like it is now. 63% for the game. That's going to be the highest percentage allowed by a Bulldog team this season. Cats are 39 of 62. Georgia's shooting percentage is very good at 50%. We just haven't gotten enough stops. 30 of 60 is Georgia's numbers. The Dogs have hit 7 threes. The Cats have hit 14 three-pointers. 14 for 25. That's an outrageous 56%.
The Dogs came into this game really very efficient guarding the 3. And that has not been the case tonight.
Nope, second in the league in three-point defense. We'd given up just 29% to the opposition this season. Delay of game warning on, who'd they call that on? On Melendez. He was too close to the baseline on the inbounds for Reed Shepard. So RJ has to back up a little bit, give him a little more space. And they feed it into Mitchell, bounce it to Shepard. Catches it with one hand on the run. A high dribble for Shepard and a quick foul by Georgia as they get the ball across the half-court line.
Well, the way that pass was thrown to him, it was about the only way he gained control of it. The ball hit the court, bounced up about head high. Foul
was on Demery. That'll put Shepard on the free throw line. And This McDonald's All-American, as you might guess, also very good at the line, 85%. And it hangs on the rim, and he misses. And then the rebound.
No, they're going to look.
Chiwa was fighting for it, and one of the Kentucky players swatted at it. They've awarded it to Georgia. Now they're going to check it, though. Steven Anderson wants to look at the video monitor.
Did they award it to Georgia?
Yes.
They did? Okay.
To see if it's Georgia ball, which they have. That's the call on the court. It's Georgia basketball, but they could overturn it here depending on what they see. We don't have a video monitor to look at the replay. So we're at the mercy of the officials on the far side of the floor. 105-92. Cats lead is 13 points right now. Again, it's been as much as 28 here in the second half, but Georgia has fought back valiantly and has gotten their licks in a little bit against a very good top 10 Kentucky team.
Well, we said at halftime we wanted to see how the Dogs responded, and now I want to see how they respond. So it looks like it is going to be Georgia's ball.
Yep.
Now I want to see how they respond coming off this game on Wednesday night. And Dog Nation, they're going to need you at Stegman. They're going to need you at Stegman, supporting them, cheering them on, pushing them. They're going to be taking on a very talented LSU team.
6:30 Wednesday night in Athens for Georgia and LSU. Dogs let the ball roll almost a half court. Hill picks it up. Now we go to work. 65 seconds to go. Hill to Demery. 3-ball, right corner. Line drive, skims off the rim. Stolen after Kentucky got the rebound. Demery stole it, went right to the rack and drew contact and a foul.
Silas Demery is that's a young man. I am so glad he's a Georgia Bulldog. We're going to get an opportunity to watch that young man turn into an all-conference star.
He doesn't seem to let his guard down at all. He missed that three, and then he hustled right after he missed the shot. Kentucky got the rebound, and the outlet pass was stolen by him, and he went immediately to the rim and got fouled. He's on the foul line now for 2 shots. Free throw is up and in, good by Silas Demery. 21 points, season high for Demery, to go with Abdur Rahim's career best, 34 tonight. But too much Kentucky offense this evening here at Rupp. But the way Georgia's finishing this game, Chuck, may leave a little bit of a better taste in their mouths.
I hope so. And I hope they take pride in the way they hung together and then fought back like they did.
Free throw good by Demery. He's got double deuce. He's got 22 tonight. Dogs pressing on the inbounds. They throw it into Mitchell. We challenge that in the backcourt now. Here's Rob Dillingham, the 6'3 freshman. Over the logo into the front court. Less than a minute to go. And the Cats just would like to get the rest of the time off the clock for the most part. Mitchell, top of the key. They're just spreading the floor and playing keep away. Shepard, middle of the floor to Dillingham. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 35 seconds to play in the game. Dillingham takes a long jumper, rattles out, no good. Rebound Melendez. Dogs will turn and run right to left, down the front, into the front court. Melendez shakes Shepard, the defender. He just gave him a move to the right, darted to the left, and then went in for the two-handed dunk. And Georgia will call another time, and the Dogs are now we got it to single digits.
Unbelievable.
And another timeout. Mike White will use a full timeout. It's 105-96. We were down 28.
Well, and if you're wondering why a lot of these fans are booing, Kentucky came into this game as a 14.5-point favorite.
And they were up 28. And the bourbon was flowing. Yeah. And that was just in your hotel room. Well, but it's not anymore. It's been spilled all over the floor, and it's all over the steps, and it's just a sticky mess now for
That's
a lot
exactly
of
right.
Kentucky folks. Yeah, Georgia was down 96-68 with just under 8 minutes to go. And your score is now Kentucky 105 and Georgia 96. Now, the Bulldogs are probably not going to win this game. But what fight in the last 8 minutes of this contest when
amazing.
You could have easily just kept going through the same motions and packed it in and lost by 30.
Yep, they could have said, you know what, let's just get out of here, go home, and start getting ready for LSU. But they didn't do that. Instead, they let's keep fighting, keep pushing, let's see what happens, play this thing out. And a lot of that comes from Jabri and the coaching staff. You know, the coaching staff pushes the team, but when you've got a guy like Jabri Abdur-Rahim who just refuses to give up, and then you see a young true freshman like Silas Demery out there giving every ounce he's got, you know, these other guys respond to that.
Dogs have scored 61 points in the second half.
Wow.
Plus 10 on Kentucky. 51 is impressive, and that's what Kentucky scored, but 61 is eye-popping for Georgia. There's 27 seconds left. Kentucky will inbound the basketball. Anselm Ebe with 4 fouls back in to throw the inbounds. They run another man out of bounds. Shepard passes to Wagner, and he actually inbounds the ball to Shepard. Now they're in the backcourt. Shepard weaves through traffic. We reach at him. Don't really want to foul him because he's a tremendous free throw shooter. They throw it into the corner. We're just going to play it out. 12 seconds to go. Reeves to Shepard. We won't foul anymore. Kentucky won't shoot. Shepard will just stand on the center circle and hold the ball on the Kentucky logo, and the final seconds will tick away, and that's the ball game. Cats a winner, 105-96, but Georgia, you know, they finished strong considering the situation they were in, down 28. They lose it by 9.
I absolutely agree with you, Scott. And you know what? I'm proud of the Dogs and the way they just kept fighting, just kept battling, hung in there, and got it back to 9 points after trailing by 19 at the half. 28 with 8 minutes to play?
Yeah, roughly.
And get it back to a 9-point game. You know, kudos to the Dogs.
Career night for Abdur-Rahim, 34 points. Career best 7 threes in the contest. Also a season best for the freshman Demery. He had 22. He was 10 of 11 from the foul line, 6 of 11 from the field. But too much Kentucky offense through the first 2/3 of the ball game, and the Cats run away and secure a large enough of a lead that Georgia could not overcome it. Cats win it 105-96 over the Bulldogs. Stay tuned now for the Region's Locker Room Report. That's coming up next from Rupp Arena after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Creature Comforts Brewing Company is the official craft beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. These two Athens institutions have joined to connect quality beer with the passion and pageantry of the UGA faithful. So whether it's Georgia's favorite craft beer, Tropicalia IPA, the award-winning Classic City Lager, or Georgia's #1 new brand, Bigger Dreams Hazy IPA, Creature Comforts has you covered on game day and every day. 2 brands, 1 town, 1 team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em! Creature Comforts Brewing Company, Athens, Georgia. Available wherever cold beer is served. Champions drink responsibly.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save nearly $750 on average. Call or click today and find out if we could save you hundreds on your car insurance. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter your favorite game day tradition, it all starts with a cup of coffee to get you ready to cheer on a Bulldogs win. Community Coffee is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, serving Bulldog Nation with rich and smooth blends crafted right here in the USA. We've supported and celebrated thriving communities like the UGA family for over 100 years, and we believe there's no better day than game day for bringing people together. Community Coffee, strong as our roots.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. In today's market, we know that saving money is more important than ever. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been saving people money for nearly 90 years. Whether it's better rates on a CD or fewer fees on a checking account, your money goes further at Georgia's Own. Best of all, they're local and continue to support the people, places, and teams that we've all grown to love. To learn more, visit georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, Welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Welcome back, downtown Lexington, Kentucky, Rupp Arena, where the Wildcats have defeated Georgia tonight, 105-96, an offensive explosion here at Rupp this evening. This is the Regions Locker Room Report. Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. Our electrifying player of the game is brought to you by Georgia's Electricians, IBEW Local Union 613. I would say we had two candidates tonight, Chuck. We had Silas Dimry, who had a season-high 22. 6 of 11 from the floor, was a great offensive weapon down the stretch there for Georgia as they were trying to dig out of a deep hole. He went 10 of 11 from the foul line. He had 4 assists in the game. But the electrifying player was Jabri Abdur-Rahim, and a career-high 34 and a career-best 7 3-pointers in the game.
Yeah, on the night that, as a team, we took 24 3-point shots. The only person to make one, and he made 7, was Jabri.
Yeah, Abdur-Rahim was 7 of 14 on threes. The rest of the team went 0 for 10 tonight as the Dogs fall here 105-96. So Jabri Abdur-Rahim, our electrifying player of the game, brought to you by Georgia's Electricians, IBEW Local Union 613. Too deep of a hole for the Dogs to dig out of, Chuck. And, defensively, we just struggled all night to stop anything that Kentucky offered offensively.
Yeah, and it really got away, like I said, with the substitution of the big 7'2" kid when he came in there in the first half. And the game just sort of changed, like it just changed on a dime. He came in, hit 2 or 3. I know he hit 2, and it may have been 3 3-pointers, grabbed a couple of rebounds, blocked a shot, and got this crowd electrified. And then they stayed that way and got behind the Wildcats and made it very difficult for the Dogs. Georgia's defense was not what it has been, but that 7'2" kid made a big difference in how Georgia had to play him.
And to your point, he was on the floor for 16 minutes in his Kentucky debut tonight, and he had the best plus-minus on the team at plus 14. So the team did really well while he was on.
Then he had the best plus-minus of any player on the floor tonight.
That is correct. And it was Zvonimir Ivasic, a 7'2" freshman from Croatia, who just got cleared to play today and was on the floor in quite a splashing debut for the Croatian big man, and Kentucky certainly looking forward to watching him play throughout the rest of the season. This is the Regions Locker Room Report. We'll hear from Coach Mike White in just a few minutes. Chuck is going to go back and talk to the coach here in a few seconds. We'll run down the final stats of this one. And offensively, there's a lot of rainbows and sunshine, but defensively, it's a cloudy and snowy and rainy and nasty, frigid day.
Yeah, when you look up there and see 105 on your opponent's side of the ledger, that's not good.
Yeah, over 200 points scored in the game tonight. Kentucky a winner, 105-96. Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. We'll continue from Rupp Arena in just a moment here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
For the next 33 days, 333 people will win $333 in cash. Numbers out there, everywhere. Favorite radio station or where you live. Signs on the highway, it can be your birthday. Pick them and play them. Win Cash 3.
Got 3 lucky numbers? Play them in Cash 3 from the Georgia Lock. Because for 33 days, 333 people will instantly win $333. I bet you got 3 numbers now. Play Cash 3 now through February 16th from the Georgia Lock. Play responsibly.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
The dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No matter where you're headed, Citgo is a good place to start. Whether you're off to a music fest in the city or dance recital in the suburbs, Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline helps your engine run smoother and cleaner along the way. Tri-Clean is designed to keep fuel injectors, intake valves, and cylinders clean, preventing hesitation, rough idling, and poor drivability. Plenty of good reasons why when you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Good to go.
With the Kroger app, shopping online with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in-store. Same low prices, same personalized deals, same rewards on the same high-quality items like Honeycrisp apples and pasta sauce with no hidden fees or markups. It's one small click for groceries, one big win for busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Regions Locker Room Report on the road with the Georgia Bulldogs. Kentucky a winner tonight, 105-96. Don't forget to order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. Well, Georgia gave it its best down the stretch, especially in the last 8 minutes offensively, as Georgia closed out a 61-point second half, falling just short in this contest, a game in which Georgia trailed by their largest margin of the season, 28 points. They were down 96-68 with 7:55 to go. End up losing by 9, 105-96. And for the season now, Georgia 13-5 for the year, and the Dogs suffer their second conference loss, now 3-2. The 8th-ranked Wildcats improved to 14-3 and now 4-1 in the SEC, and they are now 10-1 on their home floor. Let's check the final stats brought to you by Northside Hospital, reminding you that the most common symptom of prostate cancer is no symptom at all, and prostate cancer will affect 1 in every 9 men in America. Find out about screenings, your risk factors, and innovative treatment at northside.com. For the Georgia Bulldogs, Georgia shot 61% in the second half to finish at 50% for the game, 31 of 62 from the floor, 7 of 24 on three-pointers. That's 29%. But as Chuck pointed out here in the postgame show, Jabri Abdur-Rahim by himself was 7 of 14 on threes. The rest of the team was 0 for 10. Abdur-Rahim with a career night in his 34 points and 7 threes in the contest. Georgia shot free throws fairly well, 77%. They were 27 of 35. Now the ugly news from a defensive standpoint for Georgia is that Kentucky shot 62% for the game, which is the highest percentage allowed by a Bulldog team this year. They were 56% on threes. They matched their one of their best performances of the season at the three-point line, 14 of 25 on three-pointers, and the Cats were 13 of 17 at the free throw line. They out-rebounded Georgia by 2, 31-29. Georgia committed 12 turnovers in this game. Kentucky 14 points off turnovers. Kind of negligible here. Kentucky with 15 points off turnovers. Georgia with 11 points off turnovers. Points in the paint ended up equal at 42 points apiece. Fast break points heavily in favor of Georgia, 28-8. Kentucky's bench outscored Georgia's bench tonight. We haven't seen that from the Bulldogs frequently at all this season. Kentucky's bench with 31 points, Georgia's bench with 25 points. The Cats had 27 assists in the game, including 10 from freshman DJ Wagner. And that is a season best for him. He had a double-double in points and assists, 18 points and 10 assists for Kentucky. Georgia had 16 assists on its 31 baskets. And now we check some individual numbers. We told you about Jabri's big night, 34 points, a career night for the senior from South Orange, New Jersey. Went 8 for 16 from the floor. 7 of his field goals were three-pointers. That was a career best. He was 11 of 13 from the free throw line. Came into the game as the SEC's leader in free throw percentage. Missed only 2 tonight. He had a rebound, 2 assists, no turnovers, and a steal in 33 minutes and 5 seconds on the floor. He was the leading scorer in the ball game. Also for Georgia tonight, Silas Dimry Jr., 22 points on 6 of 11 shooting. He was 10 of 11 from the free throw line, had 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals. And the third and final player in double figures for the Bulldogs was R.J. Melendez with 12 points off the bench. He was 6 of 8, missed his only three-point attempt, had 3 rebounds and a steal as well. As we check the rest of the lineup for the Bulldogs, Justin Hill finished with 8 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. He had 5 turnovers and a steal in 21 minutes. He was 3 for 7 from the floor and 2 of 4 from the foul line. The rest of the scoring for the Dogs, all in single figures. Noah Thomason struggled with his shot tonight, just 2 of 10, 0 for 4 on threes. He had 7 points and 3 rebounds. R.J. Sunahara finished with 4 points and 1 rebound. Russell Chiwa, 4 points and 9 rebounds. He was the Dogs' leading rebounder. Also had 2 steals, an assist, and a blocked shot. And rounding out the scoring for the Bulldogs, Blue Kane, 2 points tonight on 1 for 2 shooting. He missed his only 3 ball. And Jalen Deloach had 2 points and a rebound as well. He was also 1 for 2 in 6 minutes and 15 seconds on the floor. For Kentucky, they had 5 players in double figures, led by Trey Mitchell's 23 points to go with 5 rebounds. Mitchell, the 6'9" West Virginia transfer, was 8 for 10 from the field. So he had a very successful night and productive night for the Wildcats. Also had 4 assists to go as his game best, his team best, 23 points. Antonio Reeves offered up 21 points for the Wildcats tonight, 5 rebounds. He had 4 assists. And then it was Wagner with the double-double, 18 points and 10 assists. Zvonimir Ivisic off the bench in his first appearance as a Kentucky Wildcat, the 7'2" freshman from Croatia, in 16 minutes at 13 points and 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 3 block shots, and the best plus-minus in the game tonight. And the final Kentucky Wildcat in double figures was Reed Shepard, who is a tremendous shooter, went 4 for 5 on 3-point shots tonight and finished with 12 points. He also had 5 assists for the McDonald's All-American. So that's what the numbers look like in tonight's Kentucky victory over Georgia, 105-96, the final. This is the Regions Locker Room Report. Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. We will continue from courtside here at Rupp Arena. We'll hear from Georgia head coach Mike White coming up in just a few. Stay with us here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In Georgia, football is more than just a game. It's how we celebrate our traditions and community spirit. Strong values are important, and that's why when you partner with Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance, you get so much more than just a policy. You get a local agent and a company you can depend on. Visit GFBinsurance.com to find your local agent or get your quick quote. Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance. More than just a game. More than just a policy.
We are Farm Bureau.
Bulldog fans, college basketball is back. So grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game with your real ones. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Bulldogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis lager and raise one with a real one on game day. Dos Equis, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
For the next 33 days, 333 people will win $333 in cash. Free cash dealers out there everywhere. Favorite radio station or where you live. Signs on the highway, it can be your birthday bill. Play them, win cash 3.
Got 3 lucky numbers? Play them in Cash 3 from the Georgia Lot. Because for 33 days, 333 people will instantly win $333. I bet you got 3 numbers now. Play Cash 3 now through February 16th from the Georgia Lot. Play responsibly.
Regions Locker Room Report. Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. We'll wrap things up here from Rupp Arena following a Kentucky 105-96 victory over Georgia, and then turn it over to Luke Ned Carney in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios for final score summations and to close out the broadcast tonight. Piedmont Healthcare offers you exceptional, hassle-free care closer to home. Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics. We're going to hear from Coach Mike White and Chuck Dowdle coming up in the next segment. We will remind you that Georgia will be at home for its next outing. That'll be Wednesday night, 6:30 at Stegman Coliseum. Airtime 6:05 here along the network as the Dogs take on the LSU Tigers. LSU, a loser today to Texas A&M, so the Tigers come to town with a record of 11-7, 3-2 in the league. The Dogs now 13-5 overall, also 3-2 in the Southeastern Conference. So that's Wednesday night in Athens, and then next weekend Georgia will be on the road again. We'll travel to Gainesville to take on the Florida Gators next Saturday in a noon contest on January 27th. That's going to do it for, we've got one more portion from Rupp Arena here, and that's the interview with Coach Mike White and Chuck, and that is coming up next. 105-96, the final tonight. Kentucky defeats Georgia. Back with more after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Do you call the dogs in your sleep? See bulldogs in the clouds? Never wear orange and blue together? If so, there's no better way to show your Dog Nation pride than with the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card. As passionate as you are about the Bulldogs, Regions is even more passionate about celebrating your every financial win and helping you plan for the next one. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
Some people like A and others like B. At BMW, we prefer X. Like the dynamic X3, meant for ultimate exploration. The X5, built to conquer even the most difficult paths. Or the pinnacle of comfort and luxury, the X7. And since every X-Range vehicle is packed with performance and versatility, you'll always get the best of X. The BMW X-Range. Your next X-Venture starts here.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Welcome back to the Regions postgame show. Chuck Dowdle in the locker room with Coach Mike White. And Coach Boyd, it turned in a hurry when the big 7'2" kid came in and just kind of gave them a lift and the crowd a lift. And
sure.
And boy, that sure vaulted them.
Yeah, it sure did. He was a huge factor in the game. And we knew how skilled he was. You know, we read through social media that he was going to play today, and we went back and gathered a bunch of his clips from his past. But who would have expected a 7+ footer to come out and just have a quick release from three and shoot it with that level of confidence as soon as he gets in the game? I mean, what a talent! And we tried to correct a little bit there, but we got lost a couple more times. You know, when they're playing 5 out and you got a 7-footer on the perimeter, he shoots it like that, and we had to adjust over time. But when he was open there a few times early, he made us pay.
Mike, overall, they shot extremely well from behind the arc, and they shot extremely well from everywhere. But is there any silver lining here in the way your team fought back there and never really gave up on that game? I mean, down 28, and you come back and make it a single-digit game. And
I love the resilience of this group. We scored 61 in Rupp Arena in the second half. I mean, continue to fight, continue to share it and find the hot hand. You know, Jabri was shooting lights out like most of Kentucky's guys, and our guys continued to find them. Silas played with a ton of toughness and swagger. Melendez made some plays down the stretch, of course. I thought Russell Chua played much better offensively than it shows on the stat sheet. He had some unbelievable seals for our guards to get downhill and get layups. So, yeah, there's definitely some positives to take from this, the resiliency, the overall response. As we talked to the team about, the many responses throughout the first half to the adversities we didn't handle very well. But the overall, to come in here at halftime and regroup and outscore them by 10 in the second half, we got to build off that and ride that momentum into the next one.
Yeah, and the next one is LSU on Wednesday night. And again, this is something that this team and Bulldog Nation, they're going to all have to pull together. It's going to be a tough game.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, LSU's a very good team, and they'll be prepared. And it'll be another slugfest in the SEC. And we need Stegman to sound like Rupp sounded today.
You don't want these kids to let this game affect that one. You don't want that one loss become a second loss.
Sure. And this, I'm not worried about that with this group. I have with other groups in the past, right? I mean, this team, again, that R word, that response word, this team has mastered that from one game to the next. Handled much of the success over the 10-game win streak pretty well, but have really handled the negatives, the tough losses.
Yeah, let's leave this one right here when we walk out here tonight and go get them on Wednesday night.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Mike White with us here, Luke. And again, Dogs back at it on Wednesday night against LSU, and that'll be another tough SEC contest for them. But I'll tell you, with Dog Nation coming in, making Stegman a tough place to play like these Kentucky fans make Rupp Arena, I think the Dogs will get it done. So, Luke, get it back to you, pal.
Thanks a lot, Chuck. Comments from head coach Mike White following a loss for the Dogs, 105-96 at Rupp Arena to the Kentucky Wildcats. Chuck, teasing our Toyota look ahead. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. And Dogs will welcome LSU next Wednesday, the 24th. Wednesday the 24th at 6:30 p.m. That'll be a 6:05 pregame with Scott, Chuck, Adam, and myself. Dogs fall 105-96 to Kentucky. We'll wrap this one up on the other side with some SEC and top 25 and NFL scores on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
SeatGeek's the ticketing app for fans like the sideline shot caller.
Come on, boys, pick up the pace!
SeatGeek got him a great deal on seats right near the action, so when he yells,
"What are you doing? Block him!"
he can be absolutely sure the players heard him. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Bulldog fans, college basketball is back. So grab a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game with your real ones. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Bulldogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis lager and raise one with a real one on game day. Dos Equis, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2023. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at progressive.com. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the biggest selection of Bulldog gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore, like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, Southern Pride, Peter Millar, and Columbia. The UGA Bookstore is your best source for custom NIL jerseys, and in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. In today's market, we know that saving money is more important than ever. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been saving people money for nearly 90 years. Whether it's better rates on a CD or fewer fees on a checking account, your money goes further at Georgia's Own. Best of all, they're local and continue to support the people, places, and teams that we've all grown to love. To learn more, visit georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Georgia's Own is federally insured by the NCUA.
Luke Carney, one final time here on the Regions Locker Room Report. Dogs fall to Kentucky 105-96 overall record for Mike White's club. 13-5, 3-2 in the SEC. Kentucky improves to 14-3, 4-1. Couple of SEC games in progress as we speak. 3:55 to play in the first half. 29-28 Missouri up on top of Florida by the slimmest of margins out in Como, as Tamar Bates has 15 in the early going for Mizzou. 13:50 to play in the first half. Number 22 Ole Miss on the road at number 13 Auburn, looking to deal the Tigers their first conference loss of the year. And so far Auburn up to the challenge, 18-13. They have the lead over the Rebels. Everything else has gone final in conference. Mississippi State keeps Vanderbilt winless in the league, 68-55, as Tolu Smith dumps in 25 and 11 for the Maroon Bulldogs. The other Maroon team wins as well, 73-69. Texas A&M defeats LSU on the Bayou, coming from behind at halftime to win that one. Number 6 Tennessee deals Alabama its first conference loss of the season, 91-71, behind 19 and 4 blocks from Jonas Idu. South Carolina gets back into the win column after the loss to the Dogs on Tuesday night, 77-64. They win at Arkansas. Busy day in the top 25. There was a top 10 upset in the Big 12, actually, 2 of them.
Kansas, Dickinson, threw it away, stolen by Creasa. Creasa stole the ball. He's dribbling out the clock.
Tony Caridi on the call for the West Virginia Mountaineer Sports Network as West Virginia pulls off the upset of number 3 Kansas, 91-85. Also in the Big 12, Baylor goes on the road and falls at Texas. The 9th-ranked Bears go down 75-73. Top 25 games in progress, 4:07 to play in the first half. Number 1 UConn in a rock fight on the main line. It's 18-18. They are tied with Villanova. Just over 4 to play in the first half, and just under 3 minutes to play in the first half. A little bit of a surprise early at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Pittsburgh leads number 7 Duke 36-30. NFL playoffs in progress. 3-0. The Green Bay Packers lead the San Francisco 49ers at rainy Levi's Stadium with 1:08 to play in the first quarter. And we already know one conference championship participant. It will be the Baltimore Ravens, who pull away from the Houston Texans with a 24-0 second half, 34-10 the final. And Baltimore will host its first conference championship game since becoming the Ravens back in 1996. Our final score, Kentucky 105, Georgia 96. That's about all we've got for you this evening here on the network. Georgia will take on the LSU Tigers on Wednesday at 6:30. Note the earlier start time for that one with the SEC Network televising. It'll be a 6:05 pregame show featuring Scott, Chuck, and myself. 105-96 the final. The Dogs are now 13-5, 3-2 in the SEC. For Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, and Adam Gillespie, I'm Luke Ned Carney. Thank you for listening to this production of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, You've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Order now for the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card and prepaid Regions Now card at regions.com/GoDogs. Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau. Always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider of the Georgia Bulldogs. The proceeding has been a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield and JMI Sports.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 8:48, I'm Steve Summers. Our top story this hour. Get ready for another night of brutally cold temperatures across metro Atlanta, made much worse by the wind.
Yet another wind chill advisory, the second one this weekend, goes into effect this evening and continues into tomorrow morning as the actual temperatures drop into the low teens by sunrise. Those wind chill values will be closer to zero.
Right now, it's 21 degrees in Midtown. Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast is coming up in just a couple of minutes. Already below zero across Iowa at this hour, and that's not counting the wind chill there. In the Midwest, minus 30-degree wind chills expected Sunday morning. National Weather Service says a lot of people are suffering.
There's approximately 132 million people that are under some type of winter advisory, wind chill advisories, hard freeze warnings, winter storm warnings. So it's definitely a highly impactful weather event.
Brutal cold has water mains breaking all over Memphis, Tennessee tonight, forcing 500,000 residents to boil their tap water until further notice. 2 weeks of winter storms has left at least 55 dead across the United States. South Cobb County residents now being told to flush their water lines by letting their cold water run for several minutes to get remaining impurities out after an overnight boil order is lifted. The advisory came after a 36-inch water main break Friday that affected hundreds of thousands of people. More fallout after the massacre at Uvalde, Texas Elementary School. A county grand jury has now been convened to consider criminal charges against the police. One parent who lost his son says officers should be in jail for not acting quickly enough to stop the gunman not getting on with their lives.
We have to go out into this community where police officers that were there sitting outside in the hallway are just happy strolling in Walmart, strolling in HEB without